Hi, we're here in AI4, and we're with the guys from Smartsheets that we've used for a long, long time, and we have a lot of awesome clients that are also using Smartsheets. So it's a pleasure to meet you guys. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, thanks, Douglas. My name is also Doug. I'm an account executive for our strategic accounts at Smartsheet. I'm joined by Devyn over here.
Yeah, and I'm Devyn Heimbeck. I'm a senior solutions engineer, also in the strategic accounts in our West region.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about like the growth, where are you guys at? And the most important question is like AI, right? How is AI affecting you guys? How are you embracing it? What are you guys doing with AI?
Yeah, absolutely. I think to understand AI, you have to understand where we're starting from. Smartsheet historically can do many different things, but use cases would usually include some version of intake and prioritization of work, collaborative execution, and then ultimately having leadership visibility dynamically updated as we're getting through that work. The major shifts that have happened with AI are probably driven primarily by how we manage the automation on the back end that's moving work from start to finish. Historically, we've leaned really heavily on logic-based triggers to drive automations like getting status updates from people or informing leaders about approvals that we need. Today, driving the gaps in between, leveraging whatever tools that you're using today, leveraging agentic workflows to drive handoffs, to move through approvals that fit within certain parameters, as well as ultimately just to define what good looks like, benchmark against it, and give you updates before a human would be able to do that.
That's awesome. And Devyn, you were showing me a demo yesterday of how you connected Claude to the MCP of Smartsheets. And you told it, you gave it a prompt, and then bing, bang, boom, it gave us a catalog up there. Talk to me a little bit more about that. That was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I think the main idea is by utilizing the MCP, we're not only able to, tie into outside data sources, use your LLMs of choice, and bring together information, but we can also shorten the barrier to entry for new builders, new people engaging in Smartsheet. So we have folks who say, I know that I could use Smartsheet to solve this problem, but I don't have the time to learn which menus to select, how to build out a sheet, how to build a process, how to build a dashboard. And using the MCP with those LLMs, you can use Claude and Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT, and use those as your experts in how do I build in Smartsheet? What is recommended? Get them to offer process improvement recommendations and understand the business needs of the type of work that you're trying to achieve so that you can accelerate that adoption, accelerate the build, and get to that value more quickly.
How is it working at Smartsheets? Like, how's the culture? How fun is it? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, Smartsheet's gone through a ton of transition in the last couple of years, and obviously with that, things are different than they were 5 years ago. I think that's true in any organization.
Oh yeah.
One of the things that's been really incredible, especially in the last, I wouldn't even say 12 months, but 9 months, has been the velocity at which we're bringing new products to market. At Smartsheet Engage here in November, which is our major conference that happens in Seattle, we're going to be launching a whole new suite of agentic capabilities that are driving workflows even faster. And I think both Devyn and I work on various internal product councils. The number of things that we're having to tag as hey, these are going to be important for the conversations we're having is just faster than ever before. So super high velocity. I think that's really re-energized some folks that I think candidly over the years SaaS has slowed down in some ways.
Yeah.
It's been a really lively bunch the last 9 months or so, and a lot of fun to work with. The other side of that, for us to be able to offer these things, we also have to get good at them internally. And so the speed at which we're seeing people adopt, whether it's a direct LLM or agentic tools inside of our own AI tools inside of Smartsheet, you're seeing more and more adoption happening faster, and you're seeing therefore our own teams being a little bit more better connected to one another than maybe historically was the case.
Devyn, I think you mentioned what is that efficiencies that you've gained while using AI internally? More or less, what are you seeing?
I think it varies drastically depending on the department and what we do as our business function. For me, my ability to build out custom demos and get closer to the end POC, the end product, being able to show customers not just in theory what this might look like, but say, hey, this is 80% ready to go, and I did it in 20 minutes instead of 2 weeks building a POC.
Yeah.
And I'm able to leverage the LLMs to get a more deeply ingrained understanding of a business process that, I need to know generally about everything that businesses do. But with an LLM, I'm able to understand, what are these industry terms? What are these things? And I can build those into my processes. You look at other teams, you look at our account execs and SDRs, BDRs, they're able to understand who our prospects are, who our customers are, in a way that we have never been able to do before. And our engineering, the rate of development, I keep saying, I think we've probably gone through 2 years of roadmap in the last 6 months. We're rolling things out more quickly than we can find out what we're going to work on. Like, we're just blowing through every idea that comes up, and it's really incredible to see all that. And a huge part of that is tied to that use of those AI tools throughout the company. Understanding our customers, understanding our product, and doing it faster than we've ever been able to do before.
Yeah, I think it's phenomenal how you can see, it's not just for software development, right? Like, I used to be a software developer, and I love doing crazy little things right now with my cell phone and Claude, right? And it's like, wow, man, before I get on a ride on Disney, I tell it to do something. I get on the ride, I come down, and the feature's implemented, right? It's crazy, like, what it's opening, but not only for software engineers, like for every areas of the company, sales, doing outreach different, right? Writing better emails, even writing SOPs, right? Like articles, whatever. It's helping in every area. So it's really, really phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. Even our access to our knowledge repositories has changed dramatically. You used to have so much siloed knowledge. Now you get these LLMs that are saying, oh yeah, I can put a question in this. Have we ever had a customer that does this? Or how do these features come together to solve a problem? Or where are we going with something like this? And I can find information in ways I never was able to find them before, make connections between those different data sources in ways we couldn't do before. And it's really remarkable what we're able to achieve.